Hello everyone, this is Richard GN. It's time for another PMU video, and not a sub special this time either. So, a lot's been happening lately, and before we get to that new stuff in a future video, we gotta focus on an HM. So, with that HM in mind, we are going to Tanren Mines. So, let's get it going. Just around here and just follow the path and ta-da, it's right up here. Now there's that tent for healing, and so I'm already healed up, but alright then. So before going in, you already can see this darkness. This dungeon is full of darkness, so we're putting on the X-ray specs, one of my personal favorite items, and let's get it started. So there is a total of 42 floors to this. So it's a somewhat long dungeon. But it's not one to take lightly either. Now early on, yes, it's easy, as you can see. But later on, there's a few things that make it a little challenging if you're not prepared, and I will get into that when we're there and see them. For now, let's just focus on this part. So you're seeing there's berries in the water. Something else, you can find diamonds in the walls. Also with diamonds, I'm just waiting for something to happen here. And when it happens, I'll go into it. So let's just keep going. Now, the first part here is 14 floors long. I'd like to try to get through this without using an apple of any kind. Now, that doesn't always happen, but usually for me it can. And I like it when it does, because then I don't have to waste any belly or apples, really. Because after 14F, there's something there that basically you just get your belly restored. Okay, so I'm not seeing it yet. I think I know what happened. Let's kill this stuff, I guess. Yeah, so normally Pokemon can drop diamonds. I'll say that because it's throughout the dungeon except the first few floors. It looks like that's not happening. They may have just removed it on the first few floors. Now, I can understand why they did that, because these diamonds, when collected, sell for 500 poke each, and any Pokemon can drop it. Now, what diamonds they drop is depending on their type. So, let's say we have a normal type, and I defeated it, like this Whismur. It would have the chance later on, in the later floors, to drop a normal diamond. Now, if something is dual-typed, it has kind of a 50-50 shot at the gem, or the diamonds. It's not gems, we're not talking about those, the diamonds. Like Graveler, rock and ground. It could either drop the rock or the ground diamond. Although, of course, not in the first 14 floors, it seems. So that's how that's working. Now, Graveler used Wide Guard, that's something in here. Any spray or AoE type moves will not hit a Pokemon that's been affected by Wide Guard. At least one move of it. Okay, we have a diamond in the wall, right there. So they spawn in the wall. Alright. But yes, with Wide Guard, that's going to be pretty much throughout this dungeon. So if you're planning on using huge ranged attacks, that might not work out too well when Wide Guard's up. Now, it's true, one attack and that Wide Guard's down, but the Graveler could just keep using it, too. Okay, so now we get a little scenery change. This is a little bit different on the floor, and now let the diamonds drop. This is where they can start dropping. Now, am I going to pick them all up? No, I'm not, because really, I don't have enough space for it. However, if you don't bring any supplies, which I have to use an apple, unfortunately, but if you don't really bring any supplies, or many at all, you can pick up the diamonds, and when you're done, sell them. I mean, they do give money. Alright, now on the ground, you can see a gummy. This is another new feature that's come out lately. Basically, after 10F, or actually, I believe starting 10F of any dungeon, you can find gummies. Now, there is no IQ system. How they work is this. They have an effect when eaten. This effect is random. Effects include, of course, your belly goes up. You get an increase of a couple of your stats. Those are guaranteed. Now, you get one of many different things to happen. What can happen is you can either get the ability to walk through walls without the cost of belly, double speed, traps become visible on the floor, hidden items become visible. Those are the main ones that I know about. Oh, and one more. The pure seed effect, where you just go to the stairs. So those are the different things that can happen when you eat a gummy. It's for that floor only, of course, but it's definitely useful. Okay, now we're over here. Follow this way. Now, of course, if you take off the X-ray specs, it's going to be this dark. So if you're with others and you want to go together, stay close. But the correct way is this path here, and it'll lead you to this. So no matter which stairs you take, it'll give you this message. This is the only correct stairs. If you take the wrong stairs, you'll have an unfortunate event. You'll face the wrath of 16 Zubats, and they all have Confuse Ray. I don't think you want to deal with that, and you have to beat them to move on. And then you will be spawned somewhere in the map, and you have to keep doing that until you find the correct one here. But I know it by heart, and it doesn't change anymore. It used to change every couple months, but now it doesn't. Alright, so we're moving on. And it's on these floors here, 15 to whatever. I'm guessing 28, but it's not certain. For sure it starts at 15. Secret rooms. There are secret rooms in Tanren Mines. And not just one kind of secret room. There are at least two. Two are known for sure, and there's a rumored third. Now, secret rooms here have always been rare. And they have been said to have been buffed, but they're still very rare. One of the hardest dungeons to find secret rooms. And in fact, not many people really have known about some of them. Now, of course, there's different kinds, and there's one kind of secret room, the one on these floors here, 15 to what I'm guessing somewhere in the 20s, that understandably is unknown because of the fact that there was a problem with it. And it's been patched, but I was on a run with a friend of mine, Sharky actually. We were just going through Tanren Mines for fun. We found what seemed like a secret room. He stepped on a tile and it said the stairs had appeared. But there were no stairs. So we called a staff member over and figured it out. It turns out that when the staff made the dungeon, they didn't make, like, they screwed up the ground tile of, basically what it should look like after you step on the secret room. Because the secret room is technically a trap. In a way. It's a scripted trap. Now, I say that, but you can't use any trap-finding items to find secret rooms. That doesn't work, which is why it's considered scripted. But it happened. It got fixed. We knew the tile the secret room was on, the stairs, and they worked. It's just they weren't visible. And we have no clue. That's probably been a thing ever since the release of the dungeon. So, the chances of actually finding one in general, really hard to do. But stepping on that and not knowing it's a secret room, you'd have to get insanely lucky to actually hit it. Now, I didn't bring a silver key, but I will say right here, 20F, you can use one. You can, and this isn't the only floor, okay? I believe not. So, you can use the silver key, and no matter which one you do, you will have a chance at the silk that's here. The silk in this dungeon is the iron silk. Now, the other items for a refresher could include revive seed, revival herb, revive, lumberry, that stuff. That's typical for the silver key chambers. So that's kind of what you're looking for there. Yeah, there's one on 20F, and then there's one later on, I believe, on 40. Alright, Sparkle. In the hallway. Now, that's the thing here. Pokemon and items can spawn in the hallway. Which is kind of unique. You know, it happens more often these days, but this was one of the first instances that happened. Alright, so we're moving on. Alright, so 25F. This starts something new. sandstorm, because Hippowdon are here. Starting on 25F is when this happens. So Hippowdon can spawn, and they will, with their ability, summon a sandstorm. This is the only weather you will ever see in this dungeon, and it goes till 28F. After that, there's no weather again, so you don't have to worry about a weather ban or anything like that. If you're a gem user, perfect. And there's one of our recruits, Hippopotas. Now, I need my teammates with me. I'll defeat it anyway. But Hippopotas is a recruitable here from 25 to 28. All times, it will spawn. And also in this area, there's another spawn. And I'm sure if you've played the game long enough, you'll be familiar with this one. But Trapinch is in this dungeon. And it is on floors 27 and 28. Dawn and I believe dusk. Those are the two times. It is definitely not day or night. It's dawn and dusk. And it's rare, understandably. So, you know, chance of finding it, slim, but it can happen. And hello, ground dust. I'm guessing that was hidden on the ground and it was picked up. Arbok brings another point. Its ability is, you know, a troll, I guess you could say. Basically, it's not fun to deal with. It really unnerves. That is the ability, and for those of you who don't know what Unnerve does, it's actually, well, let's just say you can't eat anything. You can't eat anything when you're near this. So that's definitely something to stay away from. Arbok's not the only Pokemon with this ability, but in this dungeon, that's what you gotta look out for. Now, this ability reoccurs in many dungeons, but every time it occurs, it's a pain to deal with. Anyone who's ever really faced it and have been low on belly, you may understand this. Imagine this, your belly's empty, and you got Arbok surrounding you. You can't eat an apple. It's the pain of it. But yeah, that's just how that goes. And there's really no way around it. You just have to run away if possible. And that's the only way you're going to be able to eat again. It's not a stats condition, it's just if you're within a certain radius from it, you know, a certain distance, it's going to happen where you can't eat. And that includes ethers, apples, gummies, all that stuff. Alright, so let's move on to our mid-boss. We have Nidoking and Nidoqueen. So let's take them down. Now, you may have saw some sparkles there. They can't be picked up. They can't be reached. And there's our defeats. Now, Nidoking and Nidoqueen have their drops. Both can drop a tiny mushroom, which they did. Now, Nidoqueen is the only one with a second drop, and that is the Black Sludge. Why Nidoking doesn't seem to drop it, I'm not sure, but it's just Nidoqueen that can drop it. Alright, now we go on to this quicksand, and right there is HM Rock Climb. Now, Linoon can learn this through Egg Move. I have it as an Egg Move. But you can't teach it the HM, which I really don't understand. Same goes to Bibarel. It learns it as an Egg Move, but not as an HM. It doesn't make sense, and it's not against the game. It's really in the main games, too, for some reason. But yes, you will need that. Now, there's a storage here in case if you forgot something or whatever. And in fact, if we do come across the Silver Key chamber, I will bring a Silver Key along. So yeah, if you forget anything, there you go. Now all you gotta do is use the attack on these rocks and ta-da, rock climb. Now this is a whole quicksand type maze. You do it and you just follow these steps and you will be through. And like that, and then that, and I believe that. There we go. A few steps there. Now we go up here. Don't take any of those. We take this middle one here. And then this one, I believe that one, this one. Whoops, my bad. I screwed that one up. Let's try that again, shall we? It's been a while since I've been here. So that one, I believe it's this one. There we go, right away, just 2 steps. Okay, so now we're, you know, just for the fun of it, Linoon has pickup. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Okay. So now we have some new floors. These, get a bit harder. You're seeing some new Pokemon there, like Steelix, Aggron, and right there, I was waiting for that. The Aggron has Metal Burst. What happens there is if you attack at that point, what's gonna happen is... Also double speed. What's gonna happen is you're gonna take damage proportional to how much damage you dealt to it. If you're close enough. I believe it's a 5-tile AoE that it happens when it attacks. So if you attack from far enough away, you won't get touched. Get too close, and you will take damage. That right there, so that may be more than 5. But yeah, if you just do a regular attack, the Metal Burst wears off, and you take minimal damage. That's about the only thing you can do against it if you can't run. So, we will keep going. So yeah, so Viper's in here, Sandslash, yeah. Now none of this stuff is recruitable, unfortunately. As much as you wish it was. We continue. And there's that wide guard. At least the line moves are not affected. Now if I attack Aggron from over here, it did not touch me. That's because of range. So that's what you do against that. Trying to find the stairs here. Woohoo. There we go. Now, starting here, you can find another type of secret room. There's a second kind of secret room. Now it's different. Now, I forgot to mention the first secret room you can find. I said why it's so rare, but I didn't say much about it. It's indicated with, I believe, the red crystals in it and all that. And, basically, from what I've gathered from what I've heard, it drops the elemental diamonds, like these here. They're in all secret rooms, apparently. There's, and from between me and Adam, or, you know, that's what I call him, we actually got 4 different items, basically. Yeah, one of us got a diamond, so it's kind of like, okay, all diamonds are in here. And then the other items we managed to find in that secret room were TM Giga Impact, Waterstone, and Nugget. And there are 2 boxes, if you can gather that, 2 and 2. So that's the first set of secret rooms. The second set, which is in these floors, from 33 to... I want to say 38, maybe 42, I don't know for certain. That's the thing with these secret rooms. They're so rarely seen that we can't figure out completely where they are. Because, you know, staff aren't going to tell us. You can ask, but they will not tell you those specifics. Spoiler reasons, but... yeah, so in these, again, there's 2 boxes in these secret rooms as well. As well as a big apple for some random reason. But, you know, Zappe actually found this one for me. I have not seen this secret room myself. He found it and showed me. So, people like to make the joke that it kind of looks like a swastika. Does it? I mean, if you look at it that way, yes, it does. But is it meant to be like that as an insult or whatever? No, it's not. So don't think too much of it if you ever actually find it and see that. Don't think too much of that. So what you can find in there for items, all we really know are that we've got confirmation on Nugget, Thunderstone, and then of course the elemental diamonds. That's all we know. Now, is there more in these secret rooms? Oh, you betcha there is. Definitely. It's just, it hasn't been discovered that we know of. or just hasn't been recorded. So there's a lot of work needed on these secret rooms to figure out what's there, and unfortunately finding them really difficult. They're very rare to begin with, and the fact that barely anyone comes here. The only reasons I can think people actually genuinely come here is for the HM and Trapinch, and then the other recruit that's a little bit later here. So, other than... And then there's a special thing at the end, which I'll get to, but, you know, it's not a very popularly explored dungeon. It was when it first came out, of course, but even then, people really didn't find many secret rooms. I think back then, I was one of the first people to find one, but do I remember what I got? No, it was a long time ago when the dungeon got released. And even if I somewhat remembered, I can't confirm it. You know, I like to be first certain on a lot of this stuff. And hello, dust. Like that right there. There are dusts in here. Rare, but they're on the ground. See, there's proof. Now, if we continue... Okay, from this point, I believe on... Yeah, that... I believe? Yeah. We're starting to see crocodiles. This means something. What it means is a new recruit is in here. This recruit is actually Sandile, and is at all times but day on these last few floors. And there's our Silver Key spot. So there we go. There are 2 different chances at the Iron Silk. So if you really want an Iron Silk, you got two keys, go for it. You can do 2 in 1 run. Alright, so this is the last floor. No chance of a secret room here, of course. That's the one first certain thing about secret rooms here. They're not on this floor. So we just gotta find the stairs, and then we have a final boss. Alright, so we just gotta go up here. And let's go. Now, with this boss, there's something special. As of recent, a new gimmick has been added. Whenever there is a legendary you fight, it has a very, very slim chance of dropping a slate. Now, combine this slate with the mystery part in a special house in Archford, which is a region I have not done in video. You go there and combine the 2 basically, and you can actually summon a legendary for 1 dungeon run. Doesn't matter how long or short the run is, you got 1 dungeon run to use that legendary. If it faints and you do not revive it, it's gone. If you complete the dungeon, it's gone out of your party. So just remember that. And down goes Regirock, and hello, Glitch. Okay, that's what you get for killing a boss when you sleep. Give me a sec while I relog this. Okay, and that's another thing that has been added. If you now get stuck on a boss, if it doesn't spawn, if you error during storyline, or just glitch out like I did, all you have to do is relog, and the storyline will fix itself. You don't have to call a staff member to fix it anymore. And if for some reason it doesn't work the first time, try again, and it might work. It should anyway. I've had it today where, actually, I had to relog twice in order for it to work, but it worked. And I didn't need a staff member. So for the drops, there's the 2 tiny mushrooms or a rock diamond. But then there's also that slate. The slate is very rare. Now, the mystery part is what combines it, as I said, and think of where we got the mystery part. It now has a use, and it is what we got at the end of Tanren Chambers normal. At the time of that video, there was no word about these slates, or any use of the mystery part. Now, it has a use. So, is it a mystery? Not as much as it used to be. So yeah, combine the slates, you get the Pokemon Legendary for 1 run. You could even do this for HT, which is a big recommendation. Bring a Steelix there, ta-da! Or not Steelix, what am I saying? Registeel. See, they're hard steel types, you know what, forget that little slip up right there. We got our deluxe box. And you only get one. But there's a vast amount of possible items we can get. So, let's go open it. Actually, both of our boxes, because we got a silk box, too. And I do not have enough to open the box, because guess what? There's not much money to be earned there. 2 boxes at 300 poke. Ta-da! And Max Revive. That's the reviving item I got. And the deluxe box, TM Stone Edge. So the end box items I will list here, we can find, and prepare yourself. This is a bit of a long list. So you can find the ground dust, rock dust, dawnstone, shiny stone, nugget, revive, rock diamond, escape rope, TM dig, TM giga impact, the TM stone edge I got, TM telekinesis, and the best of all in there is TM earthquake. TM earthquake is also in the walls of the last couple floors. Very rare. And TM dig is another useful TM later on. It's actually, I'll say this now, required for a dungeon called Cryptic Chasm. I've not done a video for that yet. But dig is required there if you want to go there. You have to have it inside the dungeon to get a key, and that's all I'll say about that. Escape rope. For those of you who don't know what this does, if you get defeated in a dungeon, normally you'd lose all your items, right? Right. If you have the escape rope, and you're out of revives, and your leader goes down, this item can be used to get out of the dungeon without anything lost. That's how the escape rope's always been. However, the escape rope has had a bit of a buff a little while ago. Now, if you're in a dungeon and the wind were to kick you out, the escape rope saves you from the wind. So you don't have to worry about wind either with the escape rope, and you don't lose anything. Basically, with that rope, if you have it and it's clean, you're safe. You can't lose your items. So, that's what's good about that. A lot of info to cover on Tanren Mines. So yeah, we got that done. I really didn't pick up many diamonds. I didn't find as many as I usually do either. I do believe they nerfed the drop chance for diamonds because I normally get a lot more than that. So I think they might have just nerfed the drop. Definitely the first 10 floors, you can't find them. We got the 2 different secret rooms. And a possible third, that's the rumor, but we do not know for certain. So don't expect there to be 3 different kinds. For sure there's the 2. A third is possible, but not guaranteed. In fact, the chances are probably very slim of ever finding it, if it even exists. It's just how it is. So I think that's what we've got. Yeah, I think that covers everything, really. So, what's next, you may ask, because it's been a while. I do believe there's a bit coming up. And that includes things that are going to require the rock climb. Next up is going to be, probably Friendship Forest. I'm going to get to that real soon. And I'm going to be collabing that one with Zappe, otherwise known as Shiny Zekrom. We will be doing that one together soon. And after that is something, new. For those of you who don't know, there's new dungeons. I would hope if you've been paying attention to PMU, you've heard a lot about this. It's almost like a it's like a new region in a way. It's underneath Tanren City. It's an undercity, basically. And there's 3 dungeons there, which we will be looking at individually at some point. And I will spend a video to talk about the town as well, because it's actually pretty big and there's a lot to cover. So get ready for that. That's kind of my plan, actually, just for this weekend on working on this. Will you guys be seeing the videos this weekend? Maybe. We'll see what I can do. My main focus is recording, because for those of you who don't know, which I don't think I've said this actually, where I'm staying for college, there's Wi-Fi, but I can't get on PMU there. So I will drop by home every now and then, and pretty much just the weekends to be able to get on PMU. And I actually have, because Labor Day, 4 days without school. So I'm taking that to advantage and doing the videos for you guys. So, expect this weekend to be very eventful with videos for PMU. So, with that being said, this is Richard G. May the dragons be with you.